Welcome to this look at the Seed Potato Farm Buildings and Vehicles Packs. New mods onto Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. The Seed Potato Farm Buildings and Seed Potato Farm Vehicles Packs from Dazed. The Seed Potato Farm Buildings pack is 22 megabytes. The Seed Potato Farm Vehicles pack is 19.28 megabytes to download. To look at this mod, we need to go back in time, back in the day, to the original mod by Dazed, which was just the Seed Potato Farm, which is part of what I've got in front of me here. Now that came with a potato shed and sorter, which is what we've got in here. And loading this could be done with pallets. There was the part of the potato gear. We have got the... Oh no, it's actually under... Sorry. It's under belt systems. The RH2460, so part of that original pack had one of those. The problem was, when the game had an update, that stopped working properly, and there was an update to the mod and it said that's not working properly. So you would get your pallets of potatoes and it would sort them into your premium seed potatoes and waste potatoes. You could then bag them using this bagging unit here. Now that was a little bit trickier to use because you put your pallets in there and it was a bit of a tight squeeze. It also came with a potato shed extension, a potato shed extension with workshop. It came with a farmer's market extension. It came with a supermarket extension, BGA 99 kilowatt extension, all that would work with the new potatoes. It also came with the GL420 seeder, the GL860 seeder, the RH2460, which I just said about, the TMC canceller, which is a mulcher, but it was made into a topper for doing the potatoes, and a potato box. So that was what all came with the original mod. Now, I was surprised these two packs didn't come as an update to that previous one. But then, to be fair, there's been a few things added, a few things changed, and it's been kind of revamped. Now, I don't know if this mod, the original one, is still on the mod hub. I assume it is. I've still got it installed. It's one of those things, sometimes I don't want to uninstall a mod because if it doesn't exist anymore, I don't want to lose it, kind of thing. But the new set of mods supersedes it. So if we swing around and go through, some things are still the same, although they will take the new potato, not new potatoes, no, the new types of potatoes. We haven't got new potatoes. For example, the biogas plant, the BJ 99 kilowatt extension, that's still the same. The farmer's market extension and the supermarket extension are the same. They come as part of the new pack. But the new pack comes with this building. It comes with the original potato sorter, but not in the building. You can have it separate. It also comes with this potato sorter, which is a significant improvement on the last one, as you can see. And it also comes with the building, has the large potato sorter already installed, plus the door that opens here and a trough to put it in. So that replaces the RH2460 on the conveyor belt section. So we'll have a look at them in the mod hub or in the store menu first. We've also got a sprayer shed, we've got a workshop trigger. What else have we got? There's an extension building which is behind it. We're going to have a look at it all. So, yeah, like I say, I don't know whether the original mod should have been updated. So it should be an update rather than new mods. I don't know. It depends how you kind of view it, really. There have been some changes to the machinery, the equipment. Tiny. A couple of things stayed the same. A couple of things have had an addition put on them. Yeah, you'll see. So, if we go into our build mode, we'll start on productions, we'll go down to factories, and we'll scroll across. So, the original one is there, and that was 175 grand and 13 slots. The new one, which is here, is 455 grand, which is quite expensive. 455 grand, 25 slots. The slot count will come down to 2, as you can see there. The small potato sorter that comes with this new pack, that is 103,000. So if you just want to do potato sorting, and you can put that in any building you want then. You don't have to have that building. You can put it in any building you want or not in a building. You can put it under a shelter. You can put it in a corner of a field. Whatever you want to do with it, it's entirely up to you. So 103,000, you can kind of get into producing premium potatoes, seed potatoes, and waste potatoes straight off the bat if you want to. Slot count on that is 3. The sorter small, which obviously comes down to 1, and then we got the sorter large with bagger. So whereas the previous one had the sorting machine and the bagging unit separate, which is that, this one has the sorter with bagger all in one. So that big unit does the whole thing. Slot count on that is the one that is 17. So 17 slots comes down to 1. 275 grand's not cheap, so that's this one here. And you can pick what you kind of do with that, so to speak. We have also got the BGA 99 kilowatt extended, which is the same as the one from the original. As far as I can tell, it does the same. I think it's just because it takes waste potatoes. Oh, the original one took waste potatoes as well. So that's that. If we then come up and we go to sell points, under sell points we have got here, there's 4 sell stations that come with this. The first 3 take different types of potatoes. So you have to be careful. Depends on what potatoes you're producing. So that first one does waste potatoes and regular potatoes. The second one does regular potatoes and seed potatoes. The third one does premium potatoes. I don't even think that one does regular potatoes, does it? Oh yeah, regular potatoes and premium potatoes. The fourth one does everything. And for a dollar or a pound or a euro, whatever you pay, I think they're 3 slots each. Yeah, 3 slots each anyway. I've gone for that one. So selling station 4 does all of them. Personally, I would just go for selling station 4 because you can put them all of them in there. Unless you want to go for a storyline where certain places on your map take certain things, then you can place them wherever you want. So I've placed one of those at the back. That's here. So the selling station will take everything. We have also got in this pack as well the farmers market expanded, the supermarket expanded, which is, again, as far as I can tell, are pretty much the same as the original ones. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else that stands out. I think they're just the original ones kind of ported over from the first mod to the new mod. So that's your sell points. If we then go to our buildings, under sheds, we've got the original mod, had the potato storage expansion and the workshop. This one has got the potato storage expansion. So that's the building behind. That's 350 grand, a little bit more pricey than the previous version. The expansion building is 11 slots, 350 grand. Now that is just 4 refrigerated units. We'll have a look in this one in a moment. You'll see the refrigerated units. Now, unlike the previous version as well, where the extension could connect onto the back, so you could have it kind of, it would literally sort of lock onto the back of it. This one doesn't really, because as far as I can tell, there's no rear door or side doors on this. There's only the door at the front. So this is a standalone, it's a separate building. It doesn't kind of hook on to the previous one. So that's under sheds. If we then go to, I think it's containers I want next. Yeah, we go to containers. You've got the sprayer store. The sprayer store will hold 30,000 litres. Now it does say, this is what's got me a little bit puzzled, I'm not going to lie. I'm sure it says liquid fertiliser. I'm just double check. Shipping container with the farm has converted with fuel tanks inside, water tanks on top and shelves to store chemicals. Holds 30,000 litres in total for you to split how you like. So it says you can split it how you like between fuel, water and chemicals. When I placed it, it's 20,500 to place, so it doesn't come as part of the building. Those two are separate, as you can see. That's already got 15,000 litres of, I think it was diesel, and 15,000 litres of herbicide in it. It's not empty. So when it says, I assume once that's run out, you can then put whatever you want in it, but it does already start with things in it. Or the one I placed did anyway. So that's under container. If we then go to tools, we've then got the vehicle workshop just there. Slot count on the vehicle workshop is 11. 23 grand to place, that's that one there. And again, that can be placed separately. If I click on that, I can place that vehicle workshop wherever I want. The same as you could with the container. You can place that anywhere you want as well. So you can have multiple ones of these if you want to. You don't just have to have one. I just put them under there because one of the pictures showed it like that and I thought it looked quite cool. If we've looked at the sell points, oh yeah, the other thing as well, if we come out and we go into here and we go to our placeables, in the previous one under, I think it was under pallets, right at the very end, there was a potato pallet, potato box. That's the original one, Seedpotato Farm mod. We've also got one in this one, the Seedpotato Farm Buildings pack. So like I say, some of the things have stayed exactly the same. Some of the things have been updated. If we then come from there and we go up to our tools and equipment, so this is now moving from the buildings pack onto the Seedpotato Farm vehicles pack. Now all of these can be used independently. You don't have to use them together if you don't want to. You can use whatever you want. So if we go up to our potato technology, and I've got the originals and the new ones. So Seedpotato Farm mod, these are the originals, and then these are the new ones. Now they are identical in slot count, well, not capacity, slot count. There's no options on any of them. You get them as they come. So the TMC canceller, which is normally a mulcher, has been converted over to be a topper for your potatoes, which I'll show you in a moment. So the new ones, that stays the same. That's still a topper. You can go along, take off all the vegetation from the top. The GL420 has had a slight capacity increase, and that's because these two new ones will take liquid fertilizer. These ones didn't. The original ones didn't. They were just regular seeders. This one will take liquid fertilizer as well now, but only 50 litres in each. Prices are the same, slot counts are the same. There's no options on either of them. They stay exactly as they were. And then lastly under that was a power harrow and a front harrow. Now this one, again, this is identical to the original one. So that one was from the original pack, and this is the new one. Starts on 4 slots, comes down to 1. Again, no options. 1,500 litre tank, so it will cultivate on the front and fertilise at the same time. So really, the vehicles that came with the original pack, the only difference is you've had 50 litres of liquid fertiliser added onto both the vehicles, as far as I can tell. So here's where things get more interesting. I say more interesting, it depends if you think they're interesting in the first place. We'll go over and have a look here. So this was the sprayer unit. Oh, hang on, I've got my things turned off, haven't I? Let's go to that, and that. So we go to this one, and top right it says diesel 15,000 litres, herbicide 15,000 litres. So once that's emptied, I assume from what it says, you can then come to here and you can put in whatever you want. Because if you can't put liquid fertiliser in there, that becomes fairly limited. But anyway, and then we've got the workshop trigger here next to it. Although, I'm not sure where the... there we go. Inside is where your trigger is. I was going to say, hang on a minute, where's the trigger? So you put up alongside, so it might be better outside, but it does extend a little bit out the front, so you should be all right. And then you've got your trigger there for your workshop. So that's those two. So this is the main building. If we come in here, in through the main door, sorry, the forklift there, we've got 2 refrigerated units in this one, as you can see. So you can store all your seed, well, you can store whatever you want. You can put all your potato boxes in here, bags in here, whatever you want. That's up to you. So this comes with 2. We've got a door there that takes us back out to this area at the front. And then we've got this one here. Doors open and close. Now, lights on this, I'll be honest, they look quite cool initially. I put lights on. That looks brilliant. So you've got these really bright lights and you can see the dust and stuff in the lights. After a little while, coming backwards and forwards when you're moving stuff around, it almost has a foggy kind of feel to it. Don't get me wrong, it's a great effect. It looks brilliant. The same, if you put the ones on out there, you can see the lights on. They're now off. Turn those off. And there's also one in here as well. So this is the large bagging unit that comes as part of the building. This is identical to the one you can place separately. It will hold 20,000 litres of potatoes. And here's what you can do with it. So if we click on there, that's the original one. So that was potato sorting, waste potatoes, seed potatoes, premium potatoes. Then you had your bagging unit separate. This one, the new one, we've got potato sorting. So you can bring regular potatoes in. It will sort them. So 1,000 will come in. It will sort them into waste potatoes seed potatoes, and premium potatoes. If you do that potato sorting, it puts them as pallets. So if you just go for potato sorting, it will put them out as pallets, 2,000 litres each. Out they come out at the end. Now you are going to get far more premium potatoes, as you can see, the recipe being 100 waste, 400 seed, and 500 premium. Now, as far as that goes on pallets, the prices are like this. Waste potatoes in a pallet are minus 70%. So they're 70% less than standard potatoes. The waste potatoes are useless pretty much. You could sell them, but why would you? The seed potatoes, there's no price change. So seed potatoes in a pallet, they're going to be exactly the same as regular potatoes. So again, you might think, well, what's the point then? Well, you can put those back into your seeders. So you can use those for planting your next crop of potatoes if you want to, but don't worry, we can do more with them. And then your premium potatoes, the ones with the little green cross, they're worth 40% more than standard potatoes. So on pallets, that's what they're going to be worth. And that's what I've got this one set to at the moment. We've got one of premium potatoes and one of seed potatoes. So that's worth 40% more than regular. That's worth the same as regular. I've got a waste one outside. That's fantastic. So we can do our potatoes. We can put all of our boxes. We can store them in our refrigerated units, do whatever we want with them. We can sell them if we want. But that makes the waste potatoes, of which I haven't got one here, kind of redundant, a pointless exercise, so to speak. So we click back on it again, and we come down to the next one. If we go onto that instead, and we do potato sorting bagged, that will take our regular potatoes. But the waste potatoes are no longer waste potatoes. It puts them into bags, and they become pig food. So we can use them as pig food. So those waste potatoes are no longer useless. They're no longer a pointless thing to have. We still get our seed potatoes and we still get our premium potatoes, but it bags them. So rather than 2,000 litres, they're 1,000 litre bags, and they're worth more. So bagging is a much better alternative. Waste potatoes still have no value, but they're pig food. So you can't sell them, but they are pig food. Seed potatoes now have an increase of 12%. So bagged, they're 12% more than standard. And then your premium potatoes, if they're bagged, are 63% more than standard potatoes. So doing your potato sorting onto pallets is great, that's fine, awesome. Bagging them, they're worth more and you get pig food. So it's well worth switching it on to bagging than it is just doing regular sorting. But then we've also got here, once you've got your pallets, so if you've got loads and loads of pallets of them, boxes stored to one side, if you haven't got regular potatoes coming in, you can then use what you've already produced on pallets and then bag them later on. So if you've got loads and loads of premium potatoes on pallets in boxes, you can bring them and just bag those. And that's a 1-for-1 ratio. You're just taking your pallets of potatoes and you're bagging them. You can do the same with the seed potatoes. You can just bag them up. And then the waste potatoes, it's waste potatoes in, pig food's coming out. So if you've originally done loads and loads of pallets, loads of boxes, and you've suddenly gone, brilliant, I've got now 20 boxes of waste potatoes I can't do a thing with, I can't sell them, they're not worth, well, if I sell them, it's 70% less than standard potatoes. You can then just bag up the waste potatoes and get pig food. Now, unfortunately, you can't sell that pig food. Well, I'm going to try it. It doesn't. It says bagged waste potatoes, not for sale, used as pig food. We can have a look and see if anything changes. So we've got pallets, we've got bags. This bagging unit will do all of it, depending on what you choose to do. So these I could recycle through the machine. I could put the premium potatoes back in, and I could set that to just do bagging, and this unit will do either. If we come back outside, you'll see then I've got examples of both. So that unit there I had on doing pallets, boxes, these here. These are my premium, these are my seed potatoes, and that's one of waste potatoes. This one I set to bagging. So rather than 2,000 litres, these are 1,000 litres. As you can see, the crosses on large, they're premium potatoes. That's on medium, so they're seed potatoes, and I've got some more over here. And then that one there, we go over to it, it says pig food. So it says small, it's still showing as waste potatoes on the bag, but when we go up to it, it says bottom right, 1.1 tonne, 1,000 litre pig food. So we'll try and sell one of those. So that's the big bagging unit, or palletizer, bagger. It will do both, which is brilliant. I like the fact you can buy it separately. So if you don't want that entire building with the refrigerated units, and you think, well, actually, I'd just rather place an open shed and stick that underneath it, go for it. Just another nice thing about this pack, it's really been upgraded. So not just an update, a real upgrade. The smaller palletizing unit will only do boxes. This won't do bags as well. This will only do boxes. This hopper, though, will only hold 2,000 litres at a time. Now, I don't see any reason why you couldn't set this up with a standard in-game hopper, the RH 2460, and a conveyor belt off of that. So you could have that running with a conveyor belt that constantly loads this. I don't see any reason at all why that wouldn't work. Or have a big old pile of potatoes and a conveyor running for it, a pickup conveyor, or whatever you want to do. If you know, you know. So yeah, that small unit will just do pallets. It won't bag stuff up. But again, you could have them all running in conjunction with each other. What we'll do is we'll whiz around the back and we'll have a look at the extension. I say the extension building is just 4 refrigerated units. I haven't put the farmer's market down or the supermarket. So either side. Now, again, the only downside to this I can see is if you're running a lot of productions, which you might well be, the whole idea of having these refrigerated units, and you see all the pictures on the Mod Hub website and that kind of thing, and having those refrigerated units stacked up with pallets of potatoes, that was great when there was no limit. The problem is now we've got a limit on console. I mean, there's a limit on PC as well. It's that thing of having like hundreds of pallets of potatoes in there and you just go and grab them when you need them. If you're running lots of other production chains as well, you're going to be limited to the amount of pallets you can actually store. I'm not going to say it makes that building redundant, because if you're doing a map, you're doing a Let's Play, you're doing whatever, where you are just doing potatoes. You might be doing a multiplayer game where you're running this potato factory. You might have a few of you. One of you's running the forklift, one of you's loading the thing, one of you's, I don't know however you might want to do it. That's probably not too much of a problem. But yeah, unfortunately, because with the pallet limit, the storage of them can become fairly limited, I suppose. So that's the buildings side of things and what it produces, and you're going to make more money and you're going to get pig food if you bag them. That might be what you do initially at 2,000 litres a box as opposed to 1,000 litres for a bag. You can store some to one side, or you might just want to run the bagging right from the start. That's entirely to you. I like the fact that it can all be run separately. I'm going to grab the forklift. I'm going to try and sell one of those bags, and then I'll just go and show you the equipment. Like I say, it hasn't really changed apart from the addition of liquid fertilizer, but we'll have a look anyway. The capacities on them are larger than the standard in-game ones. I like the fact that the waste potatoes now have a use. Once you've bagged them up, the fact you can use them for pig food, I think is a brilliant idea. Because if this sells as pig food, it might be worth a bit of money. I'll try it here first. If it says it's not accepted, we'll go into the other. I've got one of the other ones. Yeah, pig food not accepted here. So if it's registering as pig food, not potatoes, potentially on a standard sell point, it might work. In which case, they might be worth their weight in gold. Well, it's just not going to take it here either, is it? It is. Well, keep it under your hats, but where it says bagged waste potatoes are not for sale, they're used as pig food. If you are producing those as pig food, so they're no longer waste, if you've got a regular sell point place, that's a sell everything container, you can sell your pig food, but don't tell anyone. Again, glad I checked that. So, the equipment then. We have got, on the end, we've got the canceller. So we've got the TMC canceller TJP610 topper. 6 meters wide, 7 slots. We've got narrows on that. So we turn it on, drop it down. This will top your potatoes. Ready for your harvester to come through and do your harvesting. 6 meters wide, much larger, much wider than your standard toppers. Now, obviously, it's only going at 4 or 5 miles an hour, but I haven't got a particularly high horsepower tractor on it, to be fair. So that's the first one, the Cancella. Then we go over. We have got the GL420 on the back of this. So the GL420, now it says seeds 2,665 litres, liquid fertiliser 50. So the difference in this to the previous version is it's added the liquid fertiliser on. Still 3 metres wide. You can put seed in it, you can put seed potatoes in it, you can put regular potatoes in it, and it will still, it will do what it needs to do. That's the whole point behind it. On the front then, we have got the HK25 front harrow. That's, that is 10 slots. This one is 4 slots, 3 metres wide. It's identical to the previous version. So what we should be able to do is start the engine. On the back there, we can raise and lower that section. Normally it would be raised up so the potatoes feed in, so you can do that manually if you want to. If I hire a worker now, on the front we should power harrow. Our potatoes then will go in just like that. Now what I should have done was waited and put down the seed afterwards, because it kind of started to try and seed. So running those two together works really well. Not exactly a direct drill, but kind of. Now the beauty with this is, because it's fertilising on the front, it has got liquid fertiliser in the back as well. I don't think 50 litres of liquid fertiliser is going to go very far, but it is what it is. And then the last one then is the GL860. I think it says on the mod hub 8600, but it's the 860. It's 14 slots, 3 metres wide. This one will hold 8,000 litres of seed and 50 litres of liquid fertiliser, this newer version. So the fact is 8,000 litres of seed. If we go on, or potato, if we go to our original potato technology and we look at the GL860, oh no, the original was 8,000. Why do I think it was a larger capacity then? What am I thinking of? Oh, no, it's not. I thought it was a larger capacity to the standard one, but it's not. Ignore me. There is a modded one that is, though, isn't there? I'm sure there is. Oh, yeah, that's the multi-planter. Yeah. Ignore me. So, I'm curious now to see how quickly we're going to get through that liquid fertiliser, because it seems a very small amount to have on there as an addition. You're going to be filling that up. Unless it's designed to go down at the same rate. Well, it's not really going down at the same rate at all, is it? Yeah, curious that. Unless you get a liquid fertiliser front tank. It hasn't got a rear trailer, so you can't pull a liquid fertiliser thing. It's been added in anyway, just, So they will do the job they're intended to do. But again, that will take seed, it will take regular potatoes, and it will do seed potatoes as well. So does exactly what you expect it to. That, in essence, is it. That's the seed potato farm buildings and seed potato farm vehicles packs. I think, yeah, really nice improvement on the previous versions. This unit especially, I like the fact you can palletise and do the bagging all on the same unit. So yeah, it's a really nice pack with some great stuff in it. It's a pity the RH 2460 wouldn't work, but the fact that's been done in that part of the building there, I think works really nicely. And the fact you can have this separate bagging unit that was in the previous one, you can have it separately as well. Again, it's a nice touch with a couple of little conveyor belts and stuff, and a pile of potatoes. You can have that thing chugging away fairly inexpensively and kind of get into doing some premium potatoes and making a bit more money from your potatoes. Why not? I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.